Good morning, my fellow inspectors. I always get that messed up in my head because I'm such an expector, so I always go expector. No, we're inspectors. We need to approach this world when we wake up as what are we getting into? What is it going to bring us? Am I going to make this video twice? I have. Because I've been interrupted a couple times by my ex. And it's nothing too bad. We're just trying to get things squared away so she can make payments to me. But since that first video was getting delayed out while me trying to coordinate with a Venmo account, I just said, screw it, I'll make another one so you guys don't have to suffer. I'm thinking about you. But yes, let's approach this world as inspectors. Are you an inspector? Do you feel your vibe when you get up in the morning like, what's going on with the world? What's it bringing into me? What can I search out? What can I bring in? What can I go to? What can develop? What can grow? What can manifest? What can I behold? It's all there for you. That's the world of inspection. We're going out to find out what is involved in this environment. And also attaching what we already have here. It's kind of like this repository of events of the past. They all just kind of collect around, and at some point there'll probably be a good reset to clean everything off. I would assume. I'm not the planet or the architect, so I don't know, and I'll probably have an idea of what that is once I'm in spirit form. But at this point, I'm not there. So, what do I have to bring today on this video? Well, I've still been eating my magical fruit. Some sweet grapes. Something about that sweet fruit. It's so kickstarting. And I have some every single morning now. So, and it's not like I wait an hour, wait 2 hours. People I think get way too dogmatic in their physiological processes that it's almost like it becomes a stressor. They have anxiety. And pretty soon that's like corrupting their abilities to engage and enjoy life naturally. So I try not to get too dogmatic, even though I think I have the potential. I always try to look for cute words. But I have the potential to end up becoming that way. But I'm consuming my stuff now. Just in the morning, I get my fruit. But yeah, let me tell you about how yesterday ran. So I was just full of energy. My thoughts, everything was collected well. Kind of like today. I started off still good mentally fresh. And I don't know. The only thing I have to go on is that I'm giving myself more time to process information from my food. And gosh, I guess I got a lot I could share today. I mean, there was a lot of things that were bouncing off the charts yesterday. So I kickstarted things with working on my idea. I ordered all my products, and I'm started thinking and like second guessing myself. Like, is this gonna be viable? Like, am I gonna be able to generate a profit from this? I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, there's a problem because all the materials I bought were like expensive. So because it seems like it's so easy to make, but the problem is that there's nobody that's put it in one package. If there's a way that you could figure out something for yourself, an idea that you can combine two simple things into one, so that somebody's not paying this double price, they can pay just one smaller one for the same outcome or same product. Then that's perfect. That's what people want. They want it easier. I think about making packages, which is kind of what I've started to consider and what I'm getting ready to do in the real estate sector. This is getting ready to be freaking awesome. It's already there, but somebody needs to like take it a little step further and it's like a tweak. And I'm just like, I'm so happy, excited that I've had these ideas, and now I'm trying to work to make them happen because time's of the essence. And my bank account ain't getting bigger, it's getting shorter because I don't have any funds coming in. I pretty much don't do my regular day job. So if I spend this time doing this kind of thing, nobody's paying me for it. I'm just here. It'd be nice to get some money. It'd be nice to have some sponsorship, but it's not happening. And that's okay. You know, I feel like whatever content I'm bringing from the future to whatever it is I'm going to produce in these avenues, these capital ventures, I will be able to come on here and make a solid YouTube video showing people, or at least giving them an idea how to get this money. Matter of fact, I might even set up a situation where people can fund it and start to make their money. Like, I don't care. If you want to jump in on the boat and you want to start making some money on the side, I'll find a way to funnel this over to you. So, you know, there's ways of working together. It's so many ways of working together. It's what I'm like. I hate that I understood this intuitively when I was in high school. I knew that the key vital resource was networking. I got that completely. Went to the military and I started forming my bonds over there. So I had a bond that was, or I would say, when I say bonds, I'm basically building my network. So I was building my network kind of in Florida, and that went pretty well. I wasn't going to stay in Florida. So I ended up leaving, went to the West Coast, and that's where I was like, this is it. This is my foundation. I got there, it was a blank canvas. I didn't really have anybody to talk to. I was smoking cigarettes at the time because I went home. Remember, I was in the military, so I went home on a recruitment detail, and so I went home, picked up cigarette smoking from my recruiters, those assholes, and then I went back, and so I'm hanging out there, and I was just smoking, and then over time, I started like grabbing friends, grabbing contacts. Hey, what are you doing? You ain't got nobody? Hey, we got to figure out something. Let's go out, and that's the whole point. You start engagement as an inspector. I didn't go out expecting everybody to just come to me. Well, kind of. You know, maybe people would naturally gravitate over time. There'll be a conversation just because I have that as a disposition to me. But there is a level of inspection where I'm just going into this thing with the unknown. I think the inspection thing is the pull reaction. Like, think about it like this. When you're going in to inspect something, that means you're getting pulled, you're pulling yourself or pushing yourself, however you want to frame it, into an experience. You're not worried about all the things that's going to happen around it, all that kind of stuff. Maybe you are, but you push those things out of your mind, because what brings you into this whole thing is the inspection energy. Now, I said it's a dualistic system. It's never one thing all the time. So you have various expectations, or, you know, just carrying with you in those kind of situations. So you show up, you might say, oh, well, I expect to have this outcome with somebody. And I'm not saying you want to start framing everything in a negative way. A lot of people have past experiences that shape their current ones terribly. Like, they'll just imagine like the world's a shitty place. People are mean. People are evil. I'm telling you, why do people say I'm so happy all the time? And they're always like, man, I don't understand you, man. Well, look, I have a disposition towards this type of energy. If you read my charts and stuff, I have things in there that tell people that I view the world with rose-colored glasses. That's exactly right. I see everything virtually pretty good. Pretty great. I don't have bad vibes, even though they do come. Don't get me wrong, they do come. I don't meet a stranger. Well, if you're the type of person that doesn't meet strangers, who are you meeting? You're meeting somebody that you have a connection with. Now, does this always happen? No. And some people that I relate to or I connect with, I want to connect. I get to them and I look at them like I'm looking at you through this camera. This is exactly, there's nothing to sugarcoat here. But it's usually the other person's energy that is deciding that fate. You know, and a lot of people just give in because they know, oh, this is a genuine person. I'm like, yeah, that's all I deal with. I like genuinity. You know, I could tell when people are not being genuine with me. You may not know, they may not know it in reverse. But it's like, well, how the hell is that genuine? If you can tell somebody else is genuine, know that they're not being genuine, but the other person doesn't know that you know? How is that being genuine? You're not going to know everything a person is concealing, but you have some version, some level of affect, meaning the personal effect that you convey to somebody. You have some level of depth and power in that area. Now, what you need to work on and conveying in that when that time comes is your natural intention. That's all I focus on. And then it becomes pretty well known. Even if I start to not give a shit about you, I won't hide that. That's different. I don't care that you might hate me. I don't care that you might have disingenuous thoughts. Matter of fact, I'll do things to even kind of entice those things because I want to see you find out how deep the rabbit hole goes for your disingenuous side of things. I like exploiting or having people exploit themselves. That's the magic that I like to get into. When I start to craft and do my little manipulative stuff, is only to showcase and reveal what this other person is just so in their minds crafted up in a lab, and when it's done, I mean, it's out there. It's out there so much that people end up having to make a drastic decision on their own behavior. And it's like, that's what I always wanted. I want people to be able to come correct with who they are. And if they have a shitty part of themselves, own it. I am not perfect. And I have this girl right now that she's like, she talked to her friends and she has no idea. Her friends like talk junk about her to me and I can't say nothing. Like, I just kept quiet, but I didn't say anything about her to them. So when it ends up happening, she meets back up with them. This is like a year later. And she's telling me, oh, they said they talked to you at an event and they said you were nothing but upstanding and didn't talk any kind of smack about her. And it's like, you did really well, honey. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, appreciate that. But whenever I fall off the pedestal, make sure you catch me. That's what I'm trying to say. People put me on pedestals all the time. And if I get one little slip, boom, people attack. And that might be my projection, but it might be my level of perfection. But that usually happens. And so I get tired of that and I stop caring. Like, hey, if that one little infraction is what's going to ruin your experience with me, you losing out a lot. I know what I bring to the table. And it doesn't do anything but compound. Like, once I have a good thing going, I just want more of it. So I'll just keep opening door after door after door, fun, and adventure. That's how I work. Anyways, I'm ranting. So that girl said that, and she's just like, sure, I'll catch you, no problem, baby, all that, but whatever. She and I'm kind of moving in different ranges here with the inspection, expectations, this current situation with her, and the ideas and everything. So I might have somewhat of an odd flow. Let's go back to yesterday. I took the fruit. I'm going to see if I can make this as simple as possible. I took the fruit, ate the fruit, made my videos, right? I even got some posts going out today. I don't ever do a YouTube post, but now I'm like getting excited to do that. What else is it? I started working on my ideas, purchased all those pieces to come in. Seems simple enough to make, so I can make my prototype, which is perfect. God, that's so good. I don't have to bother anybody and worry about NDAs because it gets shady out there. I'll be honest. I've done this before. So that part's over with, or what I'm waiting on is coming into the mail. What else? I started working on doing my Etsy shop, which is even more crazy that I would go that direction. But I went back in it and I was just like, oh, it's automated. I might do it today. I don't know. I'm 50-50 because the energies are doing some shifts right now. We're getting ready to go into a full moon. And so after that full moon, it's going to start to wane. When the moon wanes, all activity and buzz just goes down the drain. I mean, you'll start to do some activities. I've witnessed this too many times. I don't like it if it's an expectation. So I don't like it if I'm projecting that. But I still get the grinding anyways. I try to look for knowledge and wisdom as I'm doing some of this. My health tends to dip too during wanings. Cold and waning periods are not my friend, but I'm changing that around. I'm eating, and the weather's gotten cool here, so I'm eating cooler foods. I don't understand. Like, is this okay for me? Somebody, if you're following Chinese medicine, here I go running off. If you follow the Chinese diet, they say you should eat your cold foods more in the summertime and eat your hotter foods and warmer foods in the winter. I'm a little opposite. But here's what somebody else said on a different video. They said, hey, don't you eat hot dogs, hamburgers, cheeseburgers during the summer? That's eating hot foods with the hot weather. So it doesn't change anything really. The body's physiology is an adapting machine. And when I heard that, I kind of started to give myself a pass. Because I would start to eliminate and keep a lot of the fruits and colder stuff out of my system during the winter times or colder times. And now I'm bringing it in and I'm doing okay. I have no complaints. This is working out just fine. At least I think so. Let's see. I don't want to eat an old grape. I might just put this one. Yeah. I'm not worried. I don't know. I won't trust that grape. Well, remember, I freeze my grapes. Sometimes you freeze a bad grape. But I try to get the freshest in the store so that when I do unfreeze it, virtually all of them are perfect. Freeze your grapes. The one reason why I always avoided getting grapes is because I would never eat them that often. I would be like, all right, I have a handful here, handful there, and then they go bad. I'm like, damn, what am I doing? I don't want to throw away money. Well, my aunt told me she freezes them, and when I picked up that little recipe, I was like, hell yeah, this is where it's at. It's delicious, fresh. I don't want to go all day on, but I'm telling you, I am ranting today. So, I managed to do all that, got to a good level in my Etsy store, like putting the descriptions in, getting the shipping costs and all that stuff kind of figured out. And here's what I'm going to tell you that I'm moving towards. It's a different shift in my energy. It's more about bringing things to market. Going to market. Quick. Get it out. Now, I'm going to say, why would I do that? This is totally different from my framework. More times in the past, what I would do is I'd be a prep king. I would go, oh, you want to make sure that's good. Oh, you want to make sure that's tailored. Get that together. All that shit. I would be such a perfectionist. And by the time I would launch something, it would be very rare to have an imperfection. It'd be very rare to have something not go the way I would think it would go. I'd be so well prepared, expected, that I wouldn't have any inspections. Ooh! You can frame something plan something, prep something so damn much that whenever it's time for you to reap the rewards, there's none that are given. So this is where I'm going. That doesn't always happen. Let's be honest. But what I did discover was that when I'm moving into this speed to lead, speed to action, speed to market, speed to this, is that I'm moving the needle forward to engaging into the space of wherever it is that my end result is trying to go. So I'm trying to get, let's say it like this. Let me use a different analogy. Let's say I'm getting ready to start a race and I have all these obstacles in the pathway. Okay? I got to jump over stuff, do all this different thing. This is an obstacle course and run. And I have a finish line. Well, what I'm trying to do is scoot and boot over these, and they ain't really obstacles. I'm going to come back to them. Do you understand now what I'm saying? I'm going to scoot and go around and get all the way to the end and run through that finish line just to feel the effect of what it is. I've already made it from beginning to end. This is a hack. This is a visualization hack that when you're moving yourself through this space, you're getting yourself all the way there to where you already envision. Matter of fact, there's something else I should plan on doing. That's just going to a high-end luxury car shop. Do you know how many people that manifested things and visualized things? And this ain't something recent that I've watched, but I'm recalling it as I'm telling you and talking with you about it. You know how many people would just go by and imagine having the vehicle that they're after? They would sit and look at this vehicle, spend time with it, sit in it if the guys would let them, maybe even test drive. If you're in a luxury car company and they're allowing you to test and move and do things and get excited about this vehicle, the mechanisms unlock inside you. Because you're at the finish line. And that's a big finish line. To own one of them, to envision, think about it. That's how I got one of my cars. I bought that shit brand freaking new. When I saw it, let me say it like this. So, I was out with my buddy. We were trying to figure out what kind of cool race car he wanted to get. And I was like, man, I like that. And then we got into one, and I ain't telling him a car. So I'll tell you later, maybe. But I got into it, and I was like, damn, this shit is badass. And I was like, there's no way I can afford this shit. And I looked at that price, I was like, damn, that's too expensive. Okay. But it didn't stop. I kept winding the wheels. Like one day I'll have it set up where I can do this. So it came to a point where my car, I need to get another vehicle. So, or it was time like I got an offer sent to me. This was one of those weird times where offers were sent to bring you in. They would take your car, pay off the negative equity, and sell you a new car. So I was like, this is a win-win-win. Let's go and do this. So I went there and we looked at a lot of different vehicles, but then I got pulled into the one that I had. Okay, that I envisioned. I was like, you like this one? I was like, yeah, oh God, yeah. You want to test drive it? Like, I could show. So 6-speed. So I got done with the experience. It was outstanding. I loved it. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, well, this is the only payments that I can afford. I put down a payment amount that was the bare bones of what I was willing to move. And they tried every fucking thing. Let me say it like this. And this was the outcome of that experience. When I walked away after getting that vehicle, they looked like shit. You've never seen a car salesperson that after the sale's done, they're just like, yeah, here's the keys. Yeah, I don't know, just get the fuck out of here. You know, like they hated it. And like I had my buddy with me, he was supposed to help me with the process. And I'm like talking with him, and he's excited because he's like, dude, you're about to get a race car. Oh, good. So we leave, we get in the car, we leave it, and I'm like, did I do good? And he looked at me, he's like, hell yeah, you did good. It's like, you did fucking, they looked disappointed. He was excited. He's like, you sure you ain't never done this? I was like, no. But what I did was I said what I could accept. That was it. So yes, these guys, and I think they screwed up. So they had to screw up somewhere. They paid off my negative equity. It was like $10,000 or something on the other vehicle that I had. Turned around, sold me the new vehicle. So they like, you losing a lot of money here. Anyways, I'm telling you to say it like this. I went to the finish line. Didn't know that I would be finishing later. So I planned on probably at some point going by a luxury dealership and just getting in that vibe state. Because if I do, chances are, more chances than none, I'm probably going to finish with a daggone Lamborghini, a Ferrari. I might go ahead and jump and grab these types of experiences. But here's the trick. I also don't want to neglect being able to return these things back to people. I mean, that would be my gold. That's my gold. Anyways, I went off on a tangent about the manifestations. That's huge. So what I'm trying to say is speed to market is getting to that finish line. And once you're there, you're reaping the experience. Now, what did I say about obstacles? We'll come back to that. You made it to the finish line. That's cool. You know what the vibe said is. Matter of fact, you actually did achieve a race. But they said, sir, you messed up back here. That's gonna dock your time. I didn't say you were disqualified. Something may disqualify you. You don't know. But I'm saying right at this point, your score was docked. Your time was docked. So you got to go back and fix that. That's what getting speed to market and all that experience means. Is that you can go back and kind of start to correct some of your things as you go along, but at least you've put your stake in the ground. Let's put that to the side. Like I said, I got a lot of shit to talk about. So, I did that. I'm pretty much squared up. I've even got my image of what I'm going to sell. That's not going to be hard. I've got to do a few other things. Like today is probably going to be images day, but I've got a lot of other things that I'm trying to prep and take care of because of some of the things I'm going to tell about later. So I get in my mind, and that was what I wanted to do at the beginning of the day, was to go over and start working at the other house. And just, I got this motor oil for my chainsaw, so I was like, all right, cool, I'm ready to go there. And I just wanted to start cutting down these limbs. And it was very treacherous, I'll tell you. So I didn't go at the beginning because it was raining. And so I looked, I was like, man, it looks like the rain, it ain't coming down no more. And I looked at the app and I was like, oh shit, it ain't gonna rain for the rest of the day. I'm just gonna eat my meal, my lunch for the day, and then I'm heading over there to do the work. And so I finished up all the stuff with Etsy, and then I came back and ate my meals, which wasn't much. It was like, I think I ate some soup with sausage mixed into it. Some, what is that? I got guac. I have guacamole. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh man, I can't wait to eat that. It breaks me out, but it's such a good stuff. And I had peanut butter and jelly sandwich, maybe some cereal too. I don't know. I piled it up. You know, I eat my big meals, right? So that was good. I was like, all right, cool. Fuck it. It's time to get to work. So I went over there to the other house, my tenant home, started cutting on these limbs, and I was making groundwork and I'm gonna have all this energy. I don't have energy, guys. You know my vitality is like a main comment on here. But it was going through the roof. I was so happy. And all I can really contribute most of this to is having this fruit in the morning. And maybe energy retention. Maybe that's part of it. But I feel like it's really the fruit. It's been giving me a lot of soul. So I went out there and I started working. And I didn't stop. And I'm talking about I had a lot of work. I was cutting limbs, trees. It didn't matter. I was chopping that shit up, pulling it over to a pile. I've made 3 big, huge burn piles. So it's like, it's ready to be set on fire. But not yet. I gotta wait for the leaves to die up a little bit. Because when the leaves have that much green, there's too much life force. It takes a long time for it to cook. So I'm gonna wait for everything to kind of get a little bit more down. And then I'm gonna burn it. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else? I kind of threw away some trash around different places. I mean, there's just boom, boom, boom. I had a phone call that came in, and this is where the cool stuff comes up. I had a phone call from one of my friend's cousins, and he remembered a conversation I had with him a year ago about working on the diet, working on the gut, and trying to fix some certain things. He's at a point where he can't stand it. Like, he's just having this nausea feeling. His stomach's not right. Everybody's gut is going through issues. Well, I'm just saying that, but I feel like that's a common denominator. So I gave him my regimen. I told him what I told you guys on the video yesterday, that I eat my fruit in the mornings, I eat my big meals, and I just use fasting. I fast with fruit. Probably could fast a whole day with fruit now. And that's like, I didn't think I would be able to do something like that. And I think I can do that probably a couple days. I think there's one other thing too, that I don't work out now. I just have, so you would think, oh, well, working out, I heard people feel much better when they work out. Yeah, there's a window of opportunity there to work out, and you're going to reap benefits from it because your growth factor is going up. However, if you don't give yourself enough time to grow, you're always in a state of inflammation state. And I've got other things going on in my body, so it becomes systemic where this stuff is just constantly building up. And I don't want to go off, but you get what I'm saying. So I gave him my laundry list and supplement list of everything I take. I explained to him different factors of the microbiome, what things the experts don't even know, all that shit. And he was just like, oh my God. He goes, I am so excited. I feel like it gave him hope. I feel so damn blessed to be able to give somebody hope. And I told him, I was like, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. Good luck. But I will only share with you my experience, what I've had so far. And I think this could help. And he's even in a better state than what I am in. So hopefully all I gave him was things to benefit and help him. So he was on the phone with me for a hot minute. Excited, happy. My cousin called me. He talked. Me and him just talked stupid to one another all day. The rest of the day. It's a good conversation. And I'm trying to think. Oh, so the girl called me, my girlfriend, Kimmy. So I call her my girlfriend, but we just, let's say it like this. We have no official titles. We're not in a relationship, but we really are. And we're just not spending time together. That's what it is. So I get I get a message like, she's like wanting to know what's up. I'm telling her like, hey, I'm had a good day. She's like, what are you doing tonight with your daughter? And I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Remember, she asked me what days I had available this week, and I told her Friday. I didn't tell her I had Wednesday off, Thursday off, Saturday off, all that, because I have things I want to get done. Maybe I don't want to spend time. Maybe she don't want to spend time. I made it pretty simple for her one time this week. But it put the ball in her court. So I told her, I was like, look, I don't get my daughter back till Monday. So I'm kind of a little sad about that. But she was like, I don't mind coming by and keeping you company. And like, that was okay. I'm glad. I was like, well, you mean tell me you want to come hang? Because I ain't trying to go outdoors. That's not always what I want to do. I don't like clubbing and going out to these social events. That's not always my thing. So she was like, yeah, I told you. I asked you what availability you had this week. I was like, yeah, but I wanted to make sure you were okay to come over here, because I love to have you over. I was like, but I'm not always interested in going out. And so whenever I'm asked, that's what my response will be. If you want to go out, then maybe this day. And I'm also not too keen on drinking or, putting alcohol in my body. That might be one reason why I'm feeling better. I just don't drink as much. I drank 4 days last week. God, it was a hurdle right there. But I got around it pretty good. Being honest, I got around that pretty good. Could have been a lot worse. So maybe I was taking the right stuff. So yeah. Now, I think she wants me to give her a call this morning. Now she's all set up to come over today. I've got to clean up the house. And so that's what's going to probably derail a lot of my other efforts. And I watched something last night, which is really crazy. Like right after I watched this from Nikola Tesla, I got that message from her. And it's coming in to grab the energy. I was just thinking like, what the fuck? This is crazy that this just happened. So, and Tesla says in this little commentary or, interview with this journalist, he starts to mention these principles, and he talks about sexual energy. He says the universe is mainly based on that type of energy. And I'm like, gosh, thank you for somebody talking about this. He even speaks about dark is where all the light comes from kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I've been trying to share this to people. Like, why do people fear the unknown and unseen? Everything came from it. The world, your light, it all comes from darkness. It's like dark is the most potent, and he's talking about it in there. Oh, and I'm just like, oh, this is so good. This is juicy. It's a little juicy. One of the things he talked about, and one of the interviewers asked him, why is it you never took a woman? You never had any children and shit like that? Like, what's the deal with that? And he brought it up. He's like, there's two paths that a man can take here. A man can take the one where he finds the woman and the woman builds him and raises him up to be the powerhouse and glory that he needs to be. And he says, I chose the latter. I chose the other path, which is you go about your own pathway, and you don't allow this other energy to come in, because the energy can do one of two things. It can do that. It can build up the man, but it can also rob them. And he says this out of his mouth, and then I got the text, and I was like, ugh. He said, women steal men's sexual energy. And the sexual energy is what you need in order to manifest all this powerful shit. If you remember, the whole universe is mainly based on that, and that's going to work towards your ability to be able to create, then you need all the ingredients that you can. You need as much of the mix that you need to do. There's like you can still make something. You just won't be. It won't be as impressive. So that's what he said. Concentrates on maintaining. Okay, he figured out the special sauce, the special ingredients, and so women intuitively will try to pull that energy from the male. Well, I maybe spoke about this with my recent ex. That was her gameplay. That was all her gameplay was to try to rob me of my spiritual semen. She was always trying to do it, because I told her I'm trying to retain that and trying to hold my energy. So please forgive me if I don't get this huge release. Like, it's not gonna happen. Just don't feel offended. I don't mind exchanging energy. I just don't want to release all of mine. And she found it like it was a great challenge. But as soon as I was letting go is whenever she was letting go. Like, aha, I got him. But that's a power place. That's a very strong power place. So I'm curious to see how this girl does tonight. I'm not really I don't have it in my mind to do anything sexual. Like, I would like to keep my sexual energy too. But I like intimacy. I like connection. So I don't know how this is going to play out. Hopefully she understands, but we'll see. She's usually the one that's reluctant, so it might be a match made in heaven. But who knows? Maybe I'm getting desperate. We'll see. I don't know. But I will let you know the outcomes. It's been like a year or two before she's been here. Since she's been here, so a lot's changed. I will talk to you guys later. The video's gotten long. I said a lot today, and I have a lot I'm planning on doing. So I want to get on to it, get it done. I got my bike rack in, so I want to put my bike rack on and get that going, and then take that to get it fixed at the bike shop, and then go for a bike ride. I have a lot of fun things I still want to get done today. And so anyways, I hope you guys have things to look forward to. Don't let it stress you if you have a job or you lost a job or you got laid off. Don't let it stress you guys right now. I know you want to get right back in the driving seat, but there may be other things that you could be focusing on and doing, and it will maybe still unlock that financial potential that you're looking for. And if it's finance, get into that category, figure out what things you could be doing that'll enhance your life better than what you had prior to that experience. But anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good one, and I will see you on the next video. Oh snap, the video's still going. Guys, y'all saw me. I'm over here like going, hey, what's going on? The video's still, I can't get my video up.